Hi guys, it's Kristen here with Cedarcide.
And I'm Amy Jo.
And we're here to do FAQ Friday. We're doing things a little bit different today. Amy's normally behind the camera, but today she is in front of the camera to help me talk about Cedarcide Original. Not only is it a first for this format, but it's also the first time that we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope all at the same time. So no matter what channel you're on, welcome. We are so excited that you're here with us today. For those of you on YouTube and Twitter or Periscope, it's exciting to be live with you guys for the first time ever. If you're interested in checking out some of our previous lives where we cover more content like we're going to cover today, you can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook. You can just search Cedarcide on Facebook and at Cedarcide on Instagram. So today what we're going to talk about is Cedarcide Original. It is our tried and true main product. So Amy Jo has a list of some common questions that we get about the product, and we're going to go back and forth. We also have comments open, so if you've got questions, drop them in the comments, and we will do our best to make sure that we get them all answered before we're done today. So, Amy, you got some questions about Cedarcide Original?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
So I guess one of the main questions that we get is, what bugs does it kill?
And that is a great question. So if you look at our label, it says that we kill fleas, ticks, ants, mites, and mosquitoes. The reason those are the only bugs that we put on the label is because that is what we have laboratory testing to prove that we both kill and repel all of those bugs. However, cedar oil is a known insect killer and repellent for many types of insect. Most insects work, and arachnids work about the same way as far as physiology goes. So cedar oil products, which is the active ingredient in our product, is going to kill and repel almost any kind of bug. It does kill on contact as well as help repel most bugs. So we haven't really found a bug yet that it doesn't kill. I know you and I have some experience killing some spiders up here in the office together. So it'll kill almost any bug you try to kill. So.
Yep, it's great. Okay, so another question that we get asked often is, what animals can you use it on?
So the animals that it is safe to use on is most mammals, like your cats, dogs, horses, goats, sheep, cows. You guys have some longhorns you use them on, right?
Yeah, it works great on flies. They like to get their horns too, so we'll spray their horns down, and the flies die instantly.
Yeah.
It's great.
So it is safe for most insects. I do want to give you guys a caveat. Make sure not to use the product directly on or around birds or reptiles. It isn't safe for them, definitely not to use directly on them. With birds and reptiles specifically, the oils in the air can be an irritant to their respiratory system. So with both our indoor and outdoor products, we don't recommend using it with birds or reptiles in the same room. Take them somewhere else. Allow the room or yourself plenty of time for the product to dry so that there's no oils left in the air before you return your animals. Smaller animals like rabbits and gerbils, mammals, we typically don't recommend using our products around them either, just because the essential oil concentration, when they're that little, is a little bit too strong for those little bitty mammals.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point to cover.
Yeah.
What's good to cover too is it's obviously safe for humans, but people ask us a lot about like young children and babies also. Would you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so I'm sure some of our employees here can tell us that they've used this product on their kids pretty much since birth. Because we are a little bit bigger and we are mammals, it is safe for us. We do get the question a lot of, what if I'm allergic to cedar? And the easy answer with that is that typically cedar allergies are cedar pollen, not cedar oil. So it is safe even if you do have cedar allergies. If you're especially concerned about your cedar allergy, though, we definitely recommend checking with your physician before trying our products. But barring some strange allergy to cedar oil, it is safe for humans of any age and any size.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So cats and dogs are important to use this on because it's great for like fleas and ticks. Could you go over how to apply it to cats and dogs?
Yeah, definitely. So with both cats and dogs, it's important to get the product down to their skin. So typically what we would say is like with a bottle like this is usually the easiest for applying because this trigger sprayer gives you more product released than something smaller like one of these bottles. You can definitely still get the job done with one of these, but when it's a weekly treatment for my pets, I like to use this one. So you're going to spray them down the length of their body, make sure to get their belly and behind the ears, and then once you've given them a few good sprays, you just take your hands and rub them down real good to make sure that it's massaged into the coat down to the skin. Same goes for cats. Obviously, cats don't prefer being sprayed quite as much, so we do have some options for dogs or cats that don't like to be sprayed, like our flea and tick brush, but you can check that out on our website if you want more information about that. Generally speaking, though, the spray by itself and a good massage will get the job done. We recommend treating about once a week, maybe a little bit further out for pets if they're more indoor pets, indoor-outdoor, but not spending quite as much time outside. If they're spending a lot of time outside or you're doing a lot of adventuring, swimming, or after baths, you're definitely going to want to reapply more often.
Yep. And that's a good point, too. It made me think of, so I keep a bottle like this in my car and in my house. So, like, when we go hiking, I get, like, full coverage on the dogs with the big bottle because it's easier. I have a lab. He's about 75 pounds, so it takes a lot to get him sprayed down. But what's fun too is to bring like a smaller bottle with you when you're hiking. So like if they get in the water or you need to like refresh it, if there's bugs getting on you still, you could keep a smaller bottle and respray as you need.
Definitely, and that does bring up a good point is when you're outside and doing things, you're going to want to reapply the product to yourself personally, kind of similarly to how you would a sunscreen. So every 3 to 4 hours, maybe sooner if you're sweating a lot or there's a heavy bug population where you're at, more often might be required. I know I was camping just very recently up in Colorado, and we were in this little valley between two mountains by a lake, which tends to be a safe haven for mosquitoes. Yeah. So we were getting eaten by mosquitoes, and we had to reapply about every 3 hours to keep the mosquitoes away. Yeah. So there will be cases where you need to reapply more often, but typically about every 4 hours should be good for reapplications when you're outside.
That's great. And it's good to note, too, that it's safe enough to be used as needed. So even if you need to shorten that window to like an hour, if you applied it like the hour before, it's totally safe to do that as well.
Yep. That's one of the great things about this product is it's an as needed, and as needed can be as often as you need it to be because there's no chemicals you got to worry about.
Yep, that's really great. Okay, so another question that we get asked often is, does it stain? And is it safe to use on fabrics?
That's a great question. So it does not stain. I personally use it on my clothing all the time. What's great is that because it is safe for fabrics, you can use it on your gear if you're a camper or hiker. You can put it directly on your backpack, your tent, your hammock, whatever it is to help provide some extra protection. Or if your pet is wearing gear. I know we have a lot of people who like to hike with their dogs and they carry backpacks. You can spray it directly on that as well. Because it is a DEET-free product, DEET is the one that you got to watch out for when it comes to applying to fabrics and gears because it melts plastic. So it'll ruin the finish on anything plastic, any synthetic fabrics it's going to ruin. So what's great about this is that you can use it on anything. You don't have to worry if it spills in your backpack. I've had that happen before with a DEET bug spray. It spilled in the middle on the inside of my backpack and ruined a watch, ruined the inside lining of the backpack. It was devastating, but you don't have to worry about that with our products.
That's great. Something else too, just kind of tagging off of that, is like it's safe to use on like your hammocks when you go camping, or if you have outdoor furniture on your patio. We get asked that question a lot, and you can spray it on the fabric and on the wooden surfaces or metal surfaces too. It's totally fine for that.
And you know, we've been talking about the outdoors a lot. Obviously, when you're spraying yourself down, it's probably going to be outdoors that you're concerned about. But these products are great for indoor use as well. So they are safe for indoor fabrics. If you're dealing with anything like fleas or mites inside your home, Cedarcide Original is safe. You can spray down your whole couch, your dog's bedding, your bedding if you need, to make sure you're killing all of those fleas or mites that might be in your home. It does kill on contact, like I mentioned before, so it is safe to use on any fabrics that might be harboring some unwanted visitors indoors.
Yep, it's really great and versatile. Which kind of brings me to another point of like using it indoors. Like let's say someone had ants, like an ant issue. How would they use Cedarcide Original to get rid of the ants coming in their house?
We get that one a lot. So the best way to combat ants in your home or any other kind of insect that might be coming from the outside to the inside that you don't want in your home is to spray anywhere where there's an opening to the outdoors. So that's door frames, window frames, anywhere where the outside comes to the inside. So where plumbing comes into your home, where electrical wires come into your home, making sure that they're sealed very well is one of the best ways to keep them out.
Yeah.
But then after that, treating with some Cedarcide Original about once a week or as you see the bugs come in is going to help you. I know I had an ant issue when I moved into the apartment that I'm in now. They were coming in through a window in the kitchen. And so I sprayed the trail of ants for a couple days. I would see like maybe one or two more every couple days, and I would spray them. And then I sprayed the window about once a week for another week or two, and then I haven't seen any ants since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had to do the same thing with ants. And I live in the country, so there's lots of bugs out there. What works for me is spraying the inside of the window sills and door frames, and then going outside and spraying them as well. So you have both sides
Great
covered.
tip.
Then you can also put it on a rag and like wipe down your kitchen countertops with it, because a lot of people, you'll have food out on the counters, and that's generally what the ants are attracted to. So you can use a rag and wipe down the countertops as well, and that'll help deter them from crawling on your countertops.
That's a great tip.
Yep.
All right. Well, do we have any other questions, Amy?
Let's see here. I don't have any right here. We can wait a couple seconds or minutes and see if y'all have any questions that we haven't covered. I'm sure there are, but we'll wait a few minutes, and if you have any, drop them in the comments. We can see them right here, so we can get to those right away.
Awesome. Well, while we wait to see if you guys have any more questions, I wanted to let you know if you happened to watch this later, that's awesome. Thanks for coming and watching this. Sorry you missed us live. But if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. We will be monitoring all versions of this live stream so that we can go follow up on any questions that weren't answered. But if you have a question that you want answered very quickly, feel free to come visit us at cedarcide.com. Our website and our our website and our phone number are at the bottom of the screen right now. So you can chat with us at cedarcide.com, or if you'd prefer to talk to us over the phone, it might be myself or Amy who answers, or one of our other awesome customer service reps. We will answer the phones 7 a.m. 7 a.m. To 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. And that number is right below me, but for those of you who maybe don't see it, it's 800-842-1464. It doesn't look like we have any new questions in the comments, so I'm just going to leave you guys with, I hope you have an amazing weekend. If you have any questions, please reach out. We would love to chat with you about your specific pest control issues. Y'all have a great weekend.